fucking awesome! Greetings, every people. This is your cult personality speaking, Toon Critic's name and Toon's name of my game. I am joined today by...
Hello, everybody. I'm the voice of reason.
And we just got back from seeing Deadpool.
Deadpool was awesome.
Deadpool was fucking awesome. This is one of the few reviews where we're going to get away with saying the F word a lot because it was fucking awesome. It wasn't just awesome, it was fucking awesome. So, I'm guessing by now, by the time this video comes out, the weekend's probably over and everyone's probably already seen Deadpool, so we don't need to really tag this with, like, spoilers or anything.
Still tagging with spoilers, though.
Yeah, fine, spoilers right here. So you guys...
Oh, okay.
My girlfriend's right there.
Yeah, she's doing alright, and Shanae's all the way over there. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, so, Deadpool. Where should we start?
Maybe we should talk about, like... I don't know, because there's, like... Maybe the character himself?
Okay, well, since you're the comic book guy, like, who is Deadpool?
Okay, well... They pretty much followed his origin mostly to a T in this movie. The idea was Wade Winston Wilson is sort of a parody of Slade Wilson. Deathstroke. But in doing so, he became his own character. So his backstory is he was a former mercenary, former retired mercenary of, I think, the Canadian government. He used to work with Wolverine.
Canadians have mercenaries?
Yeah.
For what?
They have their own Canadian terrorist, Canadian counter-terrorist unit.
Canadian, what, did they just say sorry afterwards when they're done? Did they blow up a building just like, oh, sorry, eh? That's too stereotypical, I'm sorry. I offended all my Canadian fans.
And you just, yeah, everyone in Canada just is now disliking. So anyway, what happens is Deadpool has stage 4 cancer. It's basically inoperable. So what happens is there was... in the comics, what happens is, basically the movie's actually, surprisingly, more, a lighter interpretation of it. Because in the comics, he actually left his girlfriend.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember reading the thing, actually, I think it helps if you watch, like, the death battle, like, that nicely sums up everything about Deadpool.
Yeah, they pretty much summed up the origin of Deadpool. So what happens is, there was this, again, they were trying to find a cure for his whole cancer thing until Department K came along.
Is that what it was called?
That's what it originally. Well, that was its name in the comics. They called it Department K from the distant land that was known as Canada. And they said they could get rid of his cancer. It turns out it was the same idiots who were part of the Weapon X program.
Yeah, Weapon X. That's a part of the X-Men, I believe, right?
Yes, those are the same guys who gave Wolverine the adamantium claws.
Who did not appear in this movie, by the way, but the closest we got was Hugh Jackman face mask thing.
Yes,
close enough, I think.
So what ends up happening is the guys put them. I forgot the doctor's name, but Ajax also in the movie, or Francis.
I'm sorry. Every time they pull the whole, like, what's my name thing, that's hilarious, I think. It's,
I'm gonna spell it out for you. It kills everyone. He spells out Francis.
He literally spells out Francis with dead bodies.
Yeah. On the eye of Francis, cuts the guy's head off, with, uses that as the dot, and then he's mooning Ajax.
Ajax is, like, not really a good name, though. It sounds forced. Didn't, like, Deadpool say it was like a...
He did. He got his...
a laundry cleaner.
He got his name after the soap.
Ooh, I'm gonna clean you to death.
But anyway, Deadpool goes to the facility, and they actually inject him with Wolverine's healing factor. Go figure, it's comic books. And it actually did, and...
It does work, kind of.
It doesn't actually cure his cancer. Instead, what happens is the cancer, because of the regenerative abilities, his cells are regenerating faster than than the cancer can kill him.
So he's pretty much immortal.
Yeah, they basically...
Or at least locked in a loop of never-ending, like, right on the edge of death, pretty much, but constantly, like, regenerating to the point where he just can't die.
Yes, like, Deadpool's, in the comics, he's been, like, smashed by a building, he turned into liquid goo at one point.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
But anyway, and again, in the comics, they actually they do explain like why he's all moldy and whatnot. Because that's because of the cancer. In the movie is because of the tests he was being put under. In this one, I think it was like a low oxygen.
Yeah, that oxygen chamber thing where just like it keeps you like just barely able to breathe. That's freaky as fuck.
Yeah, this was a very
the way like when I was cringing a bit, like when he was like transforming, I'm just like, oh my god, you look like an avocado fucked an older avocado. Not in a good way, more like a hate fuck. Like violence wasn't the answer. Oh, okay, so we've already summarized it. One thing I love about this movie is that we went to see this opening night at the AMC Theater down in Manhattan, right?
Yeah, AMC Empire 25.
We picked a great night because there was like small gaps in between where people were laughing their asses off. Like it had so many great moments with Deadpool just being Deadpool.
Yes, it had quite possibly the best opening credit sequence ever. Literally, you can right at the beginning. They say it's a Marvel prediction, and then all of a sudden you see a coffee cup that says Rob L.
Yeah.
Referencing Rob Liefeld.
And you see like a Green Lantern like trading card.
Green Lantern trading card, and they were saying like starring like a gratuitous cameo. Which
like this movie is so self-aware and so fourth wall breaky that it doesn't care, and that's perfectly fine because I think the way that they did this, it works well because it times the references just right. It doesn't make them go over the top. Because if this movie went completely over the top, then like it'd be funny, but then when you look at it, you'd be like, okay, this needs to calm down a bit. I think.
And also one thing that actually does well is the story structure of this movie.
Well, if you really think about it, if you want to break it down to like the bare bones, this is just like every other, oh, they took my girl, now I gotta kill everybody to get her back story.
Yes.
But they make it like fun and like fresh.
Yeah, and one of the things that one thing they do, and I think Brad Jones when he did his midnight screening of this, saying that if this was cut in chronological order, the movie would have dragged a lot.
It knows when to cut back and forth between like bits and pieces of like the opening, then like the origin stuff, and it doesn't take too long on that. Like when it gets up to the part where like, yeah, you know who I am now, so let's get back to
this. Although it does fast forward a little too far.
Yeah, I remember that scene.
It's like, whoa, you're not supposed to see that.
Fun thing about it too, Ryan Reynolds is the perfect pick, I think, for Deadpool.
Yeah, he is Deadpool.
Yeah, he wanted to do this like role so much. Like we can forget that X-Men Origins Wolverine ever happened, and he makes so many references to that. Like there's even like an Origins Wolverine like Deadpool toy.
Yeah, we'll even sew your mouth shut. Oh, you don't want to do that.
Yeah. And just promise me one thing: don't make the super suit green or animate it.
Actually, I think my favorite one. I think it was during. Maybe it was during like one of the Christmas scene. Or is one of my favorite toys, and it cuts to the Deadpool Origins Wolverine thing.
Yeah, I thought that was really funny how they did that. I think easily though, the reactions with the crowd really made this movie memorable. I think if you want to see like Deadpool, like make sure you do it like with a bunch of people you can laugh with. You okay? Yeah. Okay. Like the funniest moment I think throughout that is when he goes back to like the school for Xavier's school, and he's like, yeah, there's only like 2 of you living here. It's just like the studio couldn't get another X-Men. Everybody like flipped at that, and that was amazing. Let's see what else. The one big thing about this is that I'm glad that Fox was able to do this. Yes. Because Disney would not be able to get away with half of the things in this movie.
Oh no.
There is so much gore, there's so much like sex and violence all over the place.
Stan Lee is the DJ and... Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that.
Sorry. Stan Lee is the DJ in a strip club.
That was interesting.
That was not the best cameo ever.
No, but still a pretty high.
Yeah, that's definitely a top 3. I'd say his best cameo was in Amazing Spider-Man when he was the librarian.
Oh yeah, that was like probably the funniest one. But yeah, there's so much that goes on in this movie. Like there's a lot of gore. There's a lot of sexual stuff. But I guess kind of the sexual stuff was funny, especially when Deadpool and like what was the girl's name?
Oh, I forgot her.
Vanessa.
Vanessa, thank
yeah,
you.
the stuff that goes on there is freaking hilarious, and it's cool to see how like Deadpool stays like his over the top like what's the word for him, like over the top snarky personality, and it carries right over, only like much worse.
Yeah, like again going back to the scenes like when Vanessa and Wade start going out, it's like happy Valentine's Day, happy Women's Appreciation Month, happy Lent. They're just not doing anything. then Easter comes around.
Happy Thanksgiving. I'm just like, I'm waiting for. They didn't make a fucking turkey stuffer joke. Damn it. There's so many jokes they could have made here, but the action in this movie is really good. This is exactly the kind of action you can expect from a Marvel movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like it feels a little bit more intense the way they do it, especially with I think the final battle. Like shit gets super intense on the show.
Yeah, between Deadpool, Colossus, and Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Negasonic, what the shit? That's an awesome name!
Negasonic Teenage Warhead, and then Colossus versus, was it Angel? I think was her name.
That was the name? I thought it was like Slipknot or something.
No, Slipknot's in freaking Suicide Squad.
I'm reading the wrong thing then.
Yes.
My things merged over. I thought that was like her name. Like, Angel? Of all names? Like, can't you pick something better than that?
It's ironic.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah, Ajax, but actually, funny thing, the banter between him, Deadpool and the soldiers in the final battle, when he's talking to, what was it, John from Jacksonville?
Yeah, he like stops and just like, hey, I haven't seen you forever. Slice.
No, it just knocks him out.
Yeah.
I think he was the only one he actually spared.
Yeah. Oh, I think still one of my other favorite moments, right near the end, where Colossus is like talking to him, just like he giving them the hero speech. I'm just like, come on, and he did it. All right,
like, they're just waiting for the path, Yes, everyone cheer to the crowd.
The movie though, the two complaints that I have, this movie is very tropey and cliched when you look at some of the bits. But it's good that it's that, because Deadpool's there to point it all out and make it hilarious, the fact that it's like tropey and cliched. And I think the other thing, this is really my only big complaint, but I don't see how this would really affect things later. They needed to tone it down just a tiny bit. Like, I understand this movie has to be like, you know, it's a rated R movie. If we had gotten a PG-13 Deadpool, nobody would like stop complaining about it. I'm glad there was rated R, because that allowed it to go as far as it like wanted to go.
Yeah, like one of the most risky scenes probably was the when the facility was blowing up and Ryan Reynolds was buck-ass naked.
Yeah, with still fighting Ajax and like in the fire. You couldn't really see it though.
No.
It wasn't like it was there, but you could tell. I think like later on, I think in some scenes where he's like crotch jumping on people. Like they tended to push it just a little bit.
Yeah, what's weird is like again we weren't focusing on that. Oh, Ryan Reynolds is new. It's like oh shit, Deadpool might actually die.
Yeah, and it looked like that too. It was really intense how they did that as well. So, I guess to summarize, we obviously enjoyed this.
Oh, yeah.
It's Marvel's, I think, funniest movie. Like, as much as I love Guardians, I think Deadpool is like my new favorite funny Marvel movie, you know?
Oh yeah, this is with Marvel's name attached to it, this is definitely their funniest picture.
Yeah, because it's funny because when I mentioned, like, oh, Disney would make Deadpool... Watch the Ultimate Deadpool episode of Ultimate Spider-Man. That's how they do Deadpool. Nobody liked it, as far as I knew, because it felt really watered down, really obnoxious, and really PG-13, bordering on, haha, I'm funny, I'm Deadpool, that's funny, right? Like, it's not how it's gonna work. So it was probably for the best we got it like this. The thing is, the reviews for this are good. This is financially going to do really good.
Yeah, I think this weekend it may break 100 mil, and for a rated R movie.
Well, this is a movie that everyone's been highly anticipated for.
Yeah,
so.
and actually, it may, and again, I'm speculating here, but this may break Passion of the Christ record, box office record for highest grossing rated R movie.
Wow, really?
I'm thinking.
Okay, that's interesting. I'd like to see it do that and then like have it try something about that.
And
but
once that happens, we can have Deadpool and Cable be rated R, and then we get X-Force that's rated R.
Oh boy. See, that's the way it should be, because in the end, if the fans are happy with what they got, then that's all that really matters in the end, you know?
Mm-hmm.
If this is the best version of Deadpool that we got, I'd say it's just as funny, if not a little bit better than the game. Like, the game is absolutely hilarious. Nolan North is perfect as Deadpool. I wonder, oh god, that would have been interesting.
Oh, what if the Soldier was Nolan North? That would have been perfect.
Yes, I think that would have been great too. Just like, Nolan? Shit, man, how you been? I'm like, Nolan. I see what you did there. Oh, you should take a shot though every time like Deadpool like makes like a fourth wall reference or like a reference within.
You'd be dead, but before the halfway point.
It's like a fourth wall break within a fourth wall break. That's like 16 walls. This movie's so quotable too. I cannot wait to see when the DVD comes out and they've got like the deleted scenes. Lord knows how many deleted scenes there were for this.
Oh my god, I would love to find out how many. Like how much was actually cut from the movie.
Oh yeah.
Like what was this? Crap! I lost my train of thought. But now I remember. Speaking of the voice actors, if you do watch the credits, one of the I think it's towards the end of the main cast, like who's who.
Yeah.
I think it's Soldier 1 or number 2 is played by Kyle Rideout. And for all you Littlest Pet Shop fans, that's the guy who plays Vinny Terrio in Littlest Pet Shop.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So, yeah, so more than likely, Vinny Terrio got sliced in half by Deadpool.
Draw fan art of that, please. I can't wait to see that. Anyway, so we both really enjoyed this movie. You should definitely go see it. If you haven't, like, I don't know what's wrong with you at this point. You don't even have to be, like, a big Marvel superhero movie, like...
However, if you are squeamish, be prepared.
Yeah, that's the thing that even I walked into this and I'm thinking, oh, there's gonna be all sorts of, oh god, okay, Jesus, tone it down, just a little bit. Just, you have the knob at 12, just crank it down to 10, there you go, you're fine.
But these go to 11.
Deadpool don't give a fuck, he'd go to 15. Deadpool don't give a fuck, he cranks that shit around 6 times. What's 6 times 12? I don't fucking know.
36. Wait, no, sorry.
See, you can't even get that.
72, thank you.
Wow, okay, we obviously can't. But anyway, this has been our thoughts on Deadpool. Go subscribe to Voice of Reason. This has been a fun weekend, so yeah, like, comment, subscribe, do that good shit. Put your thoughts on Deadpool in the comments below if you've seen it, which I hope you have. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.